here.
Good.
I'm going to record on Zoom too.
Recording in progress.
I'm going to delete. Where's your recycle bin?
Sorry, we went a little longer in our live feed because we couldn't stop talking about nonsense this morning. And so here we are. We're going to let me get this so I can see you guys and see what you guys are seeing.
Hello.
So you need to let folks know that. Oh, wait, no, cancel.
And it's recording?
It's recording
To
to
both?
both.
We're trying to do something new. So we've been recording to a
We're not trying. We are doing
We are.
something new.
we are doing something new. So we're trying to record not just to Zoom, but we're also recording.
Wait a minute.
Are they going to see this up there too?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Where can I get to the Zoom page though? That's what I want to be on. Here,
What-
I'll touch it.
Can I? I don't know why it's minimized. It's like minimized and it won't maximize. Oh, here. There.
There we go. All righty.
And then, so you're going to have to explain to them about unmuting and saying
Wait,
something.
is this the Zoom window?
No,
Or
this is.
can
this
I get to the
window.
Zoom window? That's what I need to be on. There.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So with the new way we're recording, I usually put you guys up on a screen that's going to look like Brady Bunch so I can see all of your faces. But with the new way that we're recording, I have to leave it so my screen stays big for the recording that you're going to get. And so if you have a question, unmute and then remute. And that's kind of it. So let me get all my stuff ready. Let me put this in front of me so I can see you. Here we go. What we're working on, good morning. What we're going to be working on today is we are going to be doing the candle. And it is super sweet. I really love the jelly vinyl that's going to be on top. I think it kind of makes it because it really looks like wax. So we're going to be doing we're going to be doing one in class. You're going to do one for homework. And I did post all the videos, so you should have that as well. And this is my version that I'm doing for the comfort or it's love and cheer. And then we are also going to be doing, you should have these as well. So a mint green, these are going to be filler blocks. Mint green, polka dot, and then the red lattice. So I think it's called a tufted stars is what it's called. So we're going to be doing those as well. Hang on, I'm just letting people in as they get here. Let me close this because I think that's going to be in the recording too. And then what we've done so far is we've done the Christmas tree. Cute. Can you spot? Oh, you're not spotlow. Thank you so much for mentioning that. How do I get to it? That is weird because it says it's pinned. Hang on. Let me let you in. Admit all. Why is it not letting you guys in? Spotlight. Okay, so it's not big. You guys are seeing all the little screens. Short. That is weird. Hey, Patrick. So they're saying that it's still small.
That what?
They asked me to spot. Are you guys seeing the screen big?
Your screen's big on mine.
Oh, okay. So it should be big. Is anyone seeing the screen small?
I'm seeing it small and I don't know what to do to make you
That
bigger.
might
Are
be
are you big?
Nope. Everybody's little.
okay. You have to go up to view and change your view. There should be
At the
something.
very top of the
Yeah,
Zoom
because I'm
bar.
getting notes saying it's big. It's that they have it big. Okay,
Got it.
perfect. Awesome. Okay.
I'm still learning this thing.
I
So
know. I'm still learning.
this
Did you
is
see me freaking out?
this is my
Said
first time ever doing this.
I started getting trigger happy and just started touching everything because I started panicking. So hang on. People are just kind of moseying in. So what you should have so far, what we've done so far is we have done the ornament block, which was so cute. Ta-da! And then we did the Christmas tree. That was next. And then we did the bell. And then you have little filler blocks too. So there's little filler blocks. I like that they're sprinkling those in. There were some little itty bitties, and then there were the pieced ones that we did last time. And this time we are going to be doing the 4x4 square ones, which I absolutely love too. So that's what's on our agenda right now. So let's go ahead and let's start it by hooping up. There's always more than one way of doing stuff. So if you want to do it in a bigger hoop, you can, but I'm just going to be hooping up in my 5x7, and I'm going to be hooping up, and I'm using muslin as I call it my base. And I always call it my base because muslin is not a substitute for stabilizer because it really doesn't offer any stabilization. I just go, it's a good base if you are using batting and then background fabric that's been stabilized with SF101. Then that's enough. But like if you look at the back of my stuff, you're going to see it pulls and it's not. Can you see like how I have eyelashing and it's pulled? That's because it's not, it just pulls that like the fibers of the fabric. So don't look at the back and go, oh my God, it's pulling. Yeah, that's because it's not a stabilizer. It's just going to be the base. So I'm using a 5x7 Brother magnetic hoop, and I absolutely love these. I like to put my hand here just to make sure it's taut, not tight. You don't want to stretch it or it's like rebounds when you take it out of the hoop. Hang on, let's let Miss Barbara in. And you just need enough to get underneath the magnets. Sometimes I don't even have that much. It's very forgiving. And I like it because when you press it out, it presses out beautifully as well. We carry the muslin we carry here in the store is this, I think it's called like something Star. And it's from, I get it from E.E. Shank. And I love it because I've had two different types. One was really soft, and then the other one they sent me was a permanent press, and which just means it was a little bit stiffer. But I love them both, and they both press out beautifully. I would use either of them, and you can buy it by the bolt if you want to, and we do that at 30% off. I go through a ton of muslin, so if you use it and you like it, I would say get a bolt of it. It's a 15-yard bolt. So here we go. So I'm going to just grab all of this from your embellishment kit. You had something like this that has March, and it's going to have the beads on it. I'm going to put those on later if I put them on at all. I'm not so crazy about them. Mylar for the flame, your jelly vinyl, and then you're going to have the green, the dark green felt. And then my thread. I just brought my thread in this. And let's go to the machine. I love these trays for just like folding my thread and then I brought some, whoops, did you see me trying to do that the wrong way? So we're going to come over to the machine. Here we go. Got to move all the equipment so I can see ya. Admit. And this. Oh, sorry. Hang on. I'm going to grab a little stool to put this on. Someday, maybe we'll have like an amazing filming room right. So I sent my design over via design database transfer. Where can you purchase the jelly vinyl? I saw somebody posted that question on one of the boards this morning. I don't know. You could just like, if I could find something on Amazon, I'll put up an affiliate link, but I couldn't find anything. We have jelly vinyl that's from Sassafras or Hungry Hippie or one of those things. And I could not, the jelly vinyl I had was too dark. Like it affected it. Like this jelly vinyl was like really great because it wasn't too dark and you could see the colors underneath, and the jelly vinyl I had was really, really dark. So I'll send a note to my rep and see if she can recommend something. So I thought I wanted to start with this because if you're like me and you have a lot of stuff that's on the machine and you want to get rid of it, hang on a second. Let me make sure you guys have a good view. Control. Just gonna make sure it's focused in well for you. Do you sell those thread trays? Yes, we do. Just look up thread organizer or thread tray. They're made by, it used to be a dime product, but now I get them from OESD now that those two companies are combined, and I love it because I'll get my project organized. So I brought everything over this morning via design database transfer. Seriously, I can't tell if my glasses are blurry or, let me see, tap to focus. And it seems like it's okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go into this button. And so if you send your stuff over via design database transfer, I encourage you to try it. I did a whole video on it. I think the one thing you have to understand is your file has to be unzipped. You cannot open a zipped file, one with a zipper on it through design database transfer. You have to unzip it. But I'm going to go to this button right here. And if you want to get rid of stuff, this is leftover from just add butter. You're going to touch this button down here. And then you can highlight the things that you want to get rid of. I think that's it for me. And then you can just hit the trash can. But you have to unhighlight this if you want to select. So now I'm going to unhighlight that, and now I can select. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this design in first. I have my spreadsheet. I still don't have the April design. I sent a note to my rep, but I think she was on vacation this week. So I haven't even gotten that one yet. On the spreadsheet, I did it all the way through, I did it through March. You have a doc, and I send it to you, and I update it. And it is called, what's the doc called? It's just like mistletoe videos and links or something. And I update it and I put this stuff on there. Everything's on that doc. And that doc is it's a Google Doc. So it's every time I update it, it updates for you too. So you see the live version of that. So just go there and it's going to have links to videos. It's going to have your supply list. It's going to have your spreadsheets. Everything's going to be on that. And we try to put it on the website as well under sew-alongs and videos. So for the design, the background design, we're doing winter 10. It's this one right here. Go ahead and load that one first and just hit set. This is my background image from the class, so I'm going to get rid of that. If you have an image that's already there on your Avenir and Luminaire, you can just hit the camera button and just hit off. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
I have a question.
Sure.
I heard that that Kimberbell fixed that one deer that where it looked like it was peeing on the poinsettia. I heard that they fixed it. Where do we go to get that?
I have no idea.
I haven't done the February yet.
If you wouldn't mind just emailing me, and then I'll find out from my rep and I'll send an email out to everyone.
That would be awesome. Thanks.
Yeah,
they
just
said
send
that
me an
they
email,
fixed
and
it.
whatever I hear back, like email me. Somebody email me about the jelly vinyl. Somebody email me about that being redigitized, and I will email my rep, and then I'll send something out to the group, and I'll let you know what they say.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so I have this, like the dark gray here is from, I think a 9.5 by 14 inch hoop. I always say pick your hoop size, and you can do that by going to your settings button. On the Avenir and Radiance, it's going to be that cogwheel. For everyone else, it'll be like a piece of notebook paper. And we're going to come in here and I'm going to select, I'm using my 5x7. Doesn't make a huge difference with this, but when I do my filler blocks, I'm going to keep bumping it up and it just makes sure that you know how much space you have. So go ahead and say okay. And then, so background quilting first. Now we're going to add. Don't move that yet if you're going to move it. And now I'm going to go back here. That's design database transfer. If you're doing your USB, you're going to touch that button. And I'm going to do the candle. I mirror image in the video. I mirror imaged my candle. So, hang on, let me grab it. That's me going in between. So, yeah. So you can see the big piece of wax on this one is going to be to the left over here. When you mirror image it, it's going to be over here on the right. So it's up to you. Do you need to mirror image? You don't have to. I think it makes your quilt, it's going to make your quilt look more interesting. So I've already done the mirror image in the video. For this one, I'm just going to leave it just the way it is. So it's the original version. And you might want to put a note just to mirror image the next one. That's totally up to you. You don't have to. Okay. Once I hit embroidery, it's going to combine these two designs. Don't move it yet. You wanted to mirror image. Oh, and how do you mirror image? I'm going to show you really quickly. You would just go to edit. Right now, the red is around the candle, so that I know that's what I'm going to be mirror imaging. You just hit this button. It's this one, which flips it this way. So it's going to flip it over XY, right? The Y-axis. And then it's mirror image. If you want it, mirror image the background, go ahead and touch the, just so the red box is around the quilting, and you can mirror image that too. And if you want to go ahead, you can save that right now. Save it to your machine. It's already set mirrored image. Okay? I'm going to put it back. I have two ways of putting it back. I can either go ahead and just undo the mirror image there. I could hit my undo button here. So that's going to undo the quilting. That's going to undo the design. And I'm back to the original, and I'm stitching the original. I'm going to touch embroidery. It's going to combine the two designs so we can move them together. And let's go ahead and slide my hoop on. I also, if you don't have this yet, you should get it. This is the advanced screwdriver. And it's so great because it just slips over the screw and you don't have to worry about it coming off. And instead of just holding a screwdriver or doing the little thing like this, I like this, but I don't love it because I'm just working with my fingertips. With this, I can put my whole hand on it and really get some leverage. So, and this is great. I use it here on my needle screw and the hoop. This is the big one. Sometimes people order the small one and I call them and I'm like, did you want the big one? This one is CNADS 2. It's the advanced screwdriver. I think it's like 20 bucks. So I just wanted to show you how great. So finger tighten, always finger tighten. Take your screwdriver, tighten it a little bit more. I don't know if you saw that, but I just rolled it like the tiniest bit. Don't crank it down. I had somebody that we had to replace the needle, this like needle bar thing because they were cranking it. So don't crank it down. You can break stuff just to where it's comfortable, but tight. Now you guys are like scared. You're like, I don't want to break it. You'll know. You'll know. So let's start with a brand new bobbin. Alrighty. I'm going to slide on my hoop. When you slide on the hoop, it tells the machine what size hoop you have on. There's like little sensors in here. And I would do the first part, let's do it in a color that you can see. I just have a purple in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch that. I am going to use my spray tent. So I'm just going to hit start. Oh, I didn't even move up my design. That's okay. You would save about an inch. Here's my handy dandy spray tent. I am a KK 100 kind of girl. I was talking to somebody and they were telling me how they don't use any spray, and I'm like, don't use any. If you guys do what works for you. I'm totally fine with whatever. I like to spray it down because I'm like, what if it moves? Oh, somebody's waiting. Hang on. View, let me let them in. Admit all. If ever, I think they're all in. If ever you go to join the room and you don't get let in, call the store. It just means I didn't see you. Like right now, I have my back to the computer. Nubby side, that's the wrong side. You're going to put that side down. So we're going to spray that. This is our background fabric. Make sure you have SF101 on the back of that. And then I also have, this is my applique material for the candle. So it's red, right? For a minute, I'm panicked. Yeah, it's red. All right, this is KK100. I love this spray tank. It just keeps the aerosol from going all over the room. Don't get crazy. I always tell people it's not like that. It's not like your Aquanet in the 80s. Remember how big your hair was in the 80s? We're not doing that. All right. You're going to take your batting and go ahead and place it down. And then I want you to grab your background fabric too. And you're going to put this down over it. And just feel around. You want about an inch all the way around. You can kind of see it. Once you have it, you can just press it down. If you want to tape. If you just want to put it down and you feel good about that, just put it down. And now we're going to come back over here. I'm going to say, okay, to get that off my screen. This, I like you guys to be in your, this screen right here. And that screen is where you go forward and backwards stitches. There we go. I'm going to touch this. And then we're going to skip this step because the next step is your background, your batting tack down. We don't need that because we cut it to size. I sent you guys a batting cutting list. You're just going to cut it like that. It's going to save you time and it's going to save you on batting. This is the background placement tack down. If the spray is temporary, why does this spray box stay sticky? I have no idea. I think temporary just means like, it's not like an adhesion that you can't pull apart. I think that's all it is. So it's not a permanent bond. That's all. So it's still sticky. It's just not permanent. That's what they should put. Non-permanent adhesive spray, but it still stays sticky. That's your background tack down or placement. This is your background tack down. You want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And do a color you can see. This is going to get sewn in your seam allowance, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Where's my spatula? Did I bring them? I don't know. We had a 4 set here at the store. I don't know where it is, so I'll just use any stiletto. But I love the spatulas, and we're back in stock again. And I meant to bring mine, but I didn't. All right, here we go. Off to the races. All right, after you do that, you need to do your quilting stitch. I just used silver Hala shimmer. And I was looking at the Gonold site, and they said to do a 90 top stitch needle. I don't even know what's in here. But I'm not going to change it out. What is that? I'm just going to use what I have. It might break once. Here's the Hala shimmer. I love this stuff. I'm so obsessed with it. I've been using it with every single project. And it just gives you a little bit of this glistening, I don't know. It's just so much fun. It's a little high maintenance. I know a lot of people say it doesn't break for them, but it seems to always break for me. It did say to put it in your vertical spool stand. So go ahead and make sure you do your vertical spool stand. And if you only have a horizontal, still use it. Just know you just have to baby it. Even in my vertical spool stand, I'm babying it. I'm going to turn my speed down. So you can go to your settings. And right here, I'm going to go to 700. And I'm going to say okay. Okay, here we go. So you're doing your background quilting right now. I'm just preemptively telling you my thread might break. And I don't know what needle I have in there. Huh. I mean, that thread is so cute. I just can't do regular thread for my background quilting anymore. I would not use this thread to do like large areas. If I was going to do a large area of silver, I would definitely do King Star. I feel like King Star is effortless. You just put it in and you stitch and it's perfect and it's not picky. But for background quilting, I don't know if I'll ever go back to regular thread.
Jeannie, you've converted me.
What was that?
I said, you converted me. I've been using the Halo Shimmer too.
Don't you
And
love
I
it?
even used it. And I did it horizontally in my Avenir,
Yeah.
my Evie. And I just slowed it to 700 and it just worked like a little dream.
I know. I
Never
don't know
broke.
what it is. It's me. It's a me thing. But yeah, I just like there's something about the Hala Shimmer. If you want to try it, we have like most of the small schools I've been stocking up. I ordered a display, but I still haven't gotten it yet. But yeah, get some to try because it's just there's something that it's just a little more special than just regular metallic thread.
I'm going to be doing it for the first time. I've been doing embroidery for over 25 years and I have hollow shimmer, but I've only used metallic thread. So this is going to be a test for me.
It's going to be a test for you.
Yeah, because I've never used it before.
Yeah, try it and just set your expectations, right? Set your expectations.
Well, I think of metallic thread. So, I've used that.
Yeah, I feel like though if you're using metallic and you're using Kingstar, you're used to Kingstar just like being so incredible. I feel like Kingstar is almost like regular thread. I might have some breakage here or there, but it's pretty rare. I run it in my multi-needle full speed. I run it on my Avenir full speed, and I feel like it's just great. See, what you get with this, it does get a little bit kinky. Do you see that? So when I take it off,
I do see that. Yeah.
I think that's pretty normal for regular metallic thread. And this thread, it's not like a thread, it's more like a ribbon is how they describe it. So, just take your time with it. Slow down your speed. You could use a top stitch needle if you're really struggling. I'm lazy, so I like to just muscle my way through. Yeah.
I always use metallic. I always use a top stitch needle for my metallic thread. I always use Yemet. So I've tried King Star and it's good too. But like I said, this is going to be my first time. 25 years to use hollow shimmer. I found some old hollow shimmer that I had.
You know what's crazy? I had some hollow shimmer too. And I don't even know why we started using it. I think I just had it and I was like, I'm going to try that out. It looks cool. Okay, next thing that you're going to do, let me get my instructions so we don't go rogue, but you're going to need your Mylar, and I think it's Dijon. So get out your Dijon, which is going to be lighter of your two golds. I might as well use this. You know me, I always just use whatever I have like left over in my little scrap bin. So get your Dijon thread. And you're going to do your placement line. And if you want to tape it down, you can. I just kind of hold it down. So instructions. Who needs instructions? No, I'm just kidding. I want to look at them just so I don't make sure we go rogue on this. But it wants you to do the flame placement line. Then you're going to lay down the Mylar. We're going to do the tack down, and then we'll tear the Mylar away. And then we're going to put Desert Sunset in for the bottom part of it. So I have my thread in. I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. And I feel like, you know why? Well, I'm lazy, like I said. But I just like to put this down. And even if it gets crinkled, it stitches on top. And it's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this piece down. Tape it down if you want. I'm just going to hit start. Let me get my hands in there. Do you like that? I don't know where my the spatulas are here, and I forgot to bring them from home. So it's going to do the tack down, and then it's going to do the decorative stitching too. I forget the name of the company, but there's a company that does embroidery designs, and is it Heavenly? It might be called Heavenly Gates or something, and it does like beautiful embroidery designs with Mylar. It might do other stuff. That's like just what I've known it as. So if you put down the Mylar,
it's called Pearly Gates.
Is it Pearly Gates?
Yes.
It's just like me to call it Heavenly Gates. So, Pearly Gates. And then, Pearly with a P-U-R-L-E-Y. So, Pearly Gates. And because if you can't get enough and you just love the Mylar, you should check out their design. I saw it for the first time when I went to Michelle Burrett's studio. She had some stuff, and I was like, oh my God, that's incredible. I need spatulas. I feel like naked without my spatulas. I'll use my clover pointy tool. Okay, go ahead and tear away your Mylar. And when I tear away my Mylar, I like to pull inward. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull in towards the design. And then if you get a little piece that doesn't come up, just grab your tweezers and pull it away. So cute. And now we're going to do the flame. So your flame, go ahead and slide this back on, and you're going to put in Desert Sunset. And that's going to be darker. Do you have a purple thing handy? That works great. Yeah, I've got a purple. I've got, you know how if you're a gadget person, you end up buying everything. I just love my spatulas. I don't know. They're just like the best to me. I like them. They're metal too, so they're a little stronger as well. All right, I'm gonna put this color in my Desert Sunset. We've got the purple thing. We've got the clover. We've got all the pointers. We've got the stilettos, not silhouettes. The stilettos. Okay, after you guys do the inner flame, we're going to do the flint, and that's Starlight. It's almost like a dark lead gray with, I feel like a bluish hue to it, and then you're going to want blush. Okay, here's your Starlight. That's going to be for the flame. I just can't wait till Monday because we're going to stitch out Home Sewn and we're going to do April because I've been like, I want to get it started, but I've been so busy here at the store, I haven't had time. Because we've got to get that done because we're going to start stitching sipping. We'll start that on the very beginning of April. Just give everyone a chance to get their stuff. We'll do a prep video and then we'll start stitching that as well. Okay, this is the little flint, and I am going to I'm going to turn my speed back up too. I'm at 700 right now. It feels fast. Recheck your upper thread. What happened? Don't know what. Seems to be stitching. I'm just going to undo it. I'm just going to let it go from here. Not even going back a couple stitches. I will get my snips though. All right. Something's happening. Oh, the upper, the bobbin thread wasn't catching. I always give it another go. I was showing somebody the threaders. They had a singer, nothing wrong with that. But I was like, let's come down and let's just look at the threader and the bobbin winding. And it's sometimes for me, it's the little stuff where I'm like, okay, I could never go back. So I'm already on this screen. If you don't know how to get here, it's going to be this button where you go minus and plus stitches. And the arrows over here on the top part, these arrows, this goes to the next color. This goes to the beginning of the color that you're on if you're in it, or to the previous color. So I'm going to go to that just to get me back to the very beginning. And then now let's go ahead and just stitch. And it should catch now. And then get your blush. Blush, ladies and gents, we're going to put this down next. And it's going to do the placement stitch for your candle. If you want to go back to full speed too, let's come back over here. And we're going to go to our settings button. Speed. The fastest I can go is 900 when I'm using this hoop. Okay? All right. I'm going to change back out to blush. I'm just using one camera on my machine. That's why I'm swiveling it. Swivel. Anyone have any questions? Are y'all doing okay? It's good to see you. I can't wait for April. I don't know what it looks like.
Yes, I'm having one of those days. I've had issues from trying to get on the live.
Yeah.
I've had issues to get my video camera to work. I've had issues with thread breaking.
Okay.
I've had issues that I cut through my fabric. It's one of those days.
Oh no. Okay, just take a deep breath, and sometimes those days I just go, I'm gonna go watch TV. Right. And some days it starts to come together. Like I'll have mornings like that where I'm like, oh, I just don't feel like I'm on my game. And then it'll just slowly come together. So I already sprayed this. Here's the red. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this down right over the candle. Check it. Make sure you're covering over that whole placement line. I'm just going to give him a little tap down. I already sprayed him. And I think the tack down was, also in blush. And let me just confirm. Yeah, so we just did the placement. I laid the fabric down. We're going to do the tack down, and then we're going to trim close. You're going to leave the blush in, and you're going to do the light pink stripes. So we're going to do pink for the rest of it. How are you feeling, Miss Cindy? Hopefully you're doing, I thought about you last night. I was like, oh, I've been thinking about you. So just hoping you're feeling better too.
Well, the good part is that my medical provider here in town called me her miracle patient. She said people just don't have strokes and walk out of the hospital 2 days later. So
I'm
I'm
so
doing
glad
really
you
well.
listened to your body and you went straight to the hospital.
Yeah, a lot of that had to do with my neighbor who gave me a ride
Yeah.
and that. So I'm like, nah, let's not wait for an ambulance. Can't you just drive me there? We're only
Yeah.
a mile or so away.
Yeah, I'm so glad you did that. So go ahead and just trim. You're just going to trim around. If you did scan and cut and you pre-cut, I need a little more oomph. What I like to do is, these are my cutters of choice. They're the Kimberbell snips. If I feel like I need a little bit more, I'm going to go to my Femore double curved, the 4.5 inch. And then if I feel like I need a little more oomph, then I go to my Femore 6 inch. They're the bigger, they're the mama version of these. And that's kind of the order in which I go. But you can do whatever works for you. I'm sure you have something that's your favorite in your stash. Sorry if my elbow gets in the way. Get back a little bit. Here we go.
Jeannie, did you mirror your second candle black?
I did. So my second was actually my first, and I mirrored it. Yeah, I did. I mirrored for both of mine. And you got to remember to, well, guess when I did my cutting, I cut out my jelly vinyl and I didn't mirror it, but it was clear. So I was able to just flip it. So I was so excited about that. I was like, oh no, I didn't mirror my jelly vinyl when I cut. But that was a pleasant little oopsie surprise that it worked out. This
I
one
was
is
able to
not
get
mirrored.
2 blacks out of that jelly vinyl.
I was able to get 2 as well. So I stretched it. This one's not, the one we're doing right now is not mirrored. Just so you know. In the video, it's mirrored. Okay, so you're just gonna trim around it. After you trim around it, you're gonna leave the pink in. You're leaving the pink in because it's gonna just do the stripes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit start and stitch the stripes out. That's gonna be 11 minutes of stitching. I'm gonna engage in risky behavior. I'm gonna go look for my spatulas because they're here somewhere in this store. So I will be right back. If you need a snack, go get it now. If you need a bathroom break, go get it now. But just know this is the time when bad things happen, when you walk away from the machine. I will be right back. right, I'm back. I couldn't find them. Oh, I was telling you guys, if ever you try to get in the room and we don't admit you, just call the store and be like, I can't get in. So this is the spatula set, and they are my favorite. We have them back in stock, and I love them because they come in a 4-pack. They were just magnetizing to that, and I gotta have them. So I have my set at home, and I did open a set for this store, but I can't even find one of them. So this guy,
What's
this
the
one's my
brand?
favorite. Yeah,
What's the brand?
it's made by Tooltron, and if you go to our website,
Okay, so
you
not
just type,
Tula Pink. Okay.
yeah, you can just type in spatula. And I had somebody come in, and we
Okay.
carry the spatula, and we also carry the probes, and it just looks like a set for like dental equipment. And I wonder if these are like dental equipment too. She's like, that's like stuff for the dentist. So
How much are they?
what was that?
How much is that pack?
It's $12.99. And that's like the price
Nice.
for like one stiletto. And I love this because they're metal. I like the different shapes. I originally thought I was going to use this for the scan and cut, but the scan and cut spatula is even thinner and wider. And so at this point, this is my third hand, and this is what I use to reach in, so I'm not reaching in with my fingers.
I always use my stylus. I like that.
Oh,
I've been
I
watching you
love
with
these.
those.
I love that they come in a 4-pack. I love that they have different shapes. So I love that they're long. And there have been times where, excuse me, I'm just reaching in. There have been times where my needle hit this, where I got it in a little too close. I like the different shapes of them. I'll use them on both sides.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to just be stitching out this. And if you notice, the stitching is so gorgeous. It is, it looks like it's braided almost. So just get me a little closer. Wrong way. Yeah. Then you're going to be putting in, I think it is Valentine. And Valentine, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the stitching around the outside. And then we're going to be putting down our wax. Stitch the stripes, stitch the candle satin outline, and then we're going to stitch the dripping wax placement line. Where's my sample? I said the luminaire, and it wasn't the luminaire, it was the flame. Thanks. So we're gonna do after this, we'll go ahead and we'll do the red stitching. That's gonna go all the way around the candle. I know, hang on. Let me blow it out a little bit. We'll do the red stitching around the candle, and then we'll do the placement line for the wax, and then we'll stitch down the wax. It is so cute. Love it. Yeah, and I'll have to figure out where they get it from. It's hard because they'll put product in and then they'll discontinue it. Like they discontinued the velveteen. They're no longer doing the heat transfer vinyl glitter, so we go in search of.
I have a question about the vinyl jelly.
Yeah.
I might have missed when you were talking about the pink jelly. Can you use the sweetest candy like this?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But
I've
they've just
got in the
continued.
green as well
Yeah.
as the pink.
Yeah, if you have it in your stash, I had some purple in my stash, and if you have it, you can use it for sure. The jelly vinyl's nice because it looks more waxy. That's what's so great about it.
Can you say that one more time?
The jelly vinyl I feel like is nicer because it looks waxy, like it's almost like a matte. It's not just the regular clear glass; it's a matte finish.
Doing the hot.
Yeah.
Did you say do the whole?
Yeah. So it's
Wait,
10 inches
Yes,
of each.
and she's doing it.
And you're gonna put one in each.
Yeah, because there's something.
Yeah, because we usually did after. Yeah. I think it'll be.
Wonder if you can get that on Etsy.
Yes. I don't know.
Can
if
you get
guys-
that on
Yes.
Etsy or Amazon?
Are you asking where to find it?
Yeah.
I don't. So we care. Hang on a second. I'm gonna grab our jelly vinyl so you can see it. Hang on. Okay, so the jelly vinyl we carry is from Sassafras Lass. And I was like, oh, I have pink. I'll just use pink, but it's opaque. You know what I mean? So it didn't work. I know this is green. This is our pink. You know, it's opaque. So the jelly vinyl that they had in the kit was really nice because it's not opaque. It's like matte. It's just kind of matte. And so it was really, really pretty. The other stuff, if you're going to use your vinyl from the candy, whatever they used to have, it's clear. So this is matte. So it's clear and you can use it. It still looks cute. It's just not, I feel like the jelly's so good. I just don't have a source for it. I have
You don't
to
know
look.
where to get it?
Excuse me?
Maybe I'll ask Kimberbell.
Yeah. I'll email my rep and see if they're going to be using it or selling it. We'll see what we can do. But for right now,
That sounds
I don't know.
good.
I don't have a source right now. Oh, sorry, it's going in and out. It was focusing, but since it was moving, it was blurry. Yes, I do not have a source right now. Yes.
I'm gonna set up a demo format.
Okay, you got to make
for
sure it's ready to
Wednesday-
go.
For Wednesday the 18th.
And you've got to make sure they know I haven't been on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll get it. Patrick's setting up a demo for me to do on the coronet. I haven't demoed one in a couple of years. So I'm like, oh, it'll all come back to me, hopefully. So cute. I just love that. I love designs when they stitch out and you're not expecting something. I thought this would just be like satin stitch stripes and then it stitches out and you're like, oh, look at the texture. Just by the, however it stitches, the direction of the stitching. Grab your Valentine, please. And I'm not talking about the love of your life. I'm just kidding. And you're going to go ahead and stitch the outline. How are we doing? Does anyone else have any questions? I usually find when we stitch out, normally 1/3 of you are stitching right with me, 1/3 of you are going to be ahead of me, 1/3 of you are going to be behind me. It's just kind of that rule of thirds. So if you happen to be somebody who's a little bit behind and you need me to walk you through and tell you what step is next, just unmute. Say, hey, I just finished the candle wick. What am I doing next? And I'll let you know. Started your shopping list for Tuesday. Nice. Is that the red? Yes, it is the red. So I'm using Valentine. But whatever red you have in your stash is going to work. What's kidding is Valentine. Ah, that's it. Yes. Oh man, Melissa, I need to clean up. The one that came in my, oh, Betty, I think you and I chatted about that. I'm pretty sure we chatted about that. And before I sent it out, because we were out of Valentine for a while, and I asked if you were okay with a substitution. And that's how you ended up with Sultry, which is still gorgeous red. But I'm pretty sure that we chatted. Yeah, I normally don't make substitutions unless we chat first. Oh, I'm so happy. I know you have to put up with a couple of things. Like you might be putting up with like a barking dog, or Patrick Mulligan wanting to come in and talk, or some shaky cameras, but we try. Okay, time for wax. I know mine says Bambino Blue, but just remember they do their placement. Kimberbell does placement stitch in a blue, and then the tack down in like an orange, and then quilting stitches in green is what it shows. So go ahead and put your blush back in. We're going to use blush for the next 3 steps. I told Patrick and I told you guys, I was like, I need to be accountable because I can get lazy. So I need to like promise you stuff because I don't like I you know, that's really important to me. So if I promise you something, we're gonna do it. And so if I ever forget something, let me know. If I ever like you don't get something, or I said I'm gonna do something, I always want to know. But it makes me accountable too. Yeah, so I did do 1 stitch out, and then I think I'm gonna have room on the other side for the other. And don't forget, you can go ahead and flip it to whatever side you want. I don't even know if I touched this or if this was from something else. So let me see if I can get it in here. Yeah, it's gonna fit. Let me see if it'll fit better this way. It's gonna fit, but oh, I'm kind of close over there. I think that works. I can't really, let me look and see what kind of edge I have around it. Oh, you're gonna be cutting right to the line because it's gonna do that Kimberbell stitch. So it's gonna cut right to the line. So you just have to get it right there. You don't have to have like a 1/8 where it's gonna be trim as desired. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place it down, and I think I am good. Okay. This is time for spatula. And this is why I need 4 of them, because I already misplaced the one that I had. And you could tape it too if you think it's going to move. Go ahead and tape it, but we need it on the very top. Same color. You're still using blush. And then you're going to turn right to the stitch. So if you're careful with your placement, you're going to be able to use it for two.
Well, you're good, Jeannie. That just made it.
What did you say?
I said you're good. That just made it.
I know, it just made it, right? This is like as exciting as it gets for me. Living on the edge. Can I squeeze two in one? Okay, I'm going to take it off and twirl it. Anytime I have a lot of innies and outies or something that's really round, then I actually slide it off because that'll make it easier for me. And I'm just going to trim around this. Try not to cut your stitch. Oh, big hand. Hang on, I'm going to move the camera so it's not in the way. You're going to have an angle from over here. Oh my God! There's a thread under there. Yeah, I didn't warn you, but you got to be careful just in case something peeks under there. And I'm tempted. I'm gonna rip out that stitch because if I don't, that thread is going to drive me crazy. And it's gonna have that tack down. But I am gonna just I'm gonna do a little C-section right now. And I'm gonna see if I can just get it just over here. Yeah, sorry, I didn't even say that to you. I didn't mention it to you that you're gonna want to make sure that you check before you lay your jelly down to make sure that there's nothing underneath. I think I can get him. I'm just gonna pull out the stitch right here. Sorry if my hand's in the way. It's your tolerance. You go, can I live with it? And if you can, just leave it. But if you can't, like I can't, that would just drive me. Of course, look at, I'm probably breaking it now too, because I'm using the. He's right there. I need something that's not. Oh, well, perfect. How about this spatula? That might be the one that does the job. Here's what not to do. This part is called what not to do. Don't just stitch it down without looking. I need something pointier to get him. Ooh, did you see me get him? Come out. Trying to do it without taking out too many stitches. Oop. There. There we go. I got him. Okay, I'm not worried about that because it's going to stitch right over that. All right, let's continue on. On today's episode of Doing It Wrong, Jeannie will forget to check for threads. Twirl and cut and twirl and cut. Right to the stitch. And I could be twirling it. I'm just switching hands. I've gotten good at cutting with both left and right. $12 hours until Kai gets home.
Now it's down to hours, not days.
Right? I know. It's down to hours. Here we go. Fixed. How long will he get to see? So he is staying. Like I don't even know if I'm going to see him. He has homework, and when he has homework, I feel so bad for him. Like engineering students, like let me make sure I'm putting the right color. It's going to be pink. You're going to leave it. He's got so much homework due, even during the time. Like he's got an assignment due on Sunday, and he has all midterms when he gets back. So he's going to be stressed. And when he's stressed, he's grumpy. And then who knows if he'll even be able to have any fun. But that's sorry, moving my tripod. It's fun time for daddy too, because I think Patrick's excited because he has all this stuff planned to do with Kai. So hopefully Kai will be able to have some fun time. He's gonna be home until Thursday. And then he flies back to Salt Lake, but then he drives to St. George, and then Patrick is driving to St. George, and they're going to mountain bike for the weekend. Hopefully it all works out. Sorry, focus again. There we go. It's going to be not long enough. Okay, after you do the wax, you're going to get your pine and you're going to do the placement stitch for the holly leaves. So grab your green. Oh, there's my spatula. Peeking out around the corner. I need to have a giant lanyard where I just hang everything from my neck. I would have like my laptop, my phone, my spatulas, my snips. And then I would develop really bad like back pain from everything just hanging from my neck. Man, I should have a tool belt. You know what? It doesn't matter. Whatever I get, everything I tried, nothing works. It's just how my mind says, put it down anywhere in a place that makes no sense and then walk away. That's what my mind says. It's like my mind is sabotaging me. You got your felt came in your kit. I'm gonna give mine a little shot of spray. Gonna go over here to my spray tent. You can just put it down. I feel like felt is kind of like grippy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and lay this down. Then we're gonna do the tack down, and I think it is trim as desired. Hang on. Before I tell you to do it, let's look at the instructions. Yeah, so do your tack down. Just leave that same color in there. Then you're gonna trim the felt as desired. This is a raw edge applique. I did prep some fabric, some felt with SF101, and then I was like, oh, I don't want the SF101 showing underneath. And I did think about cutting it on my scan and cut, but then you would have to lay it down precisely. So I feel like, and I'm learning, anytime I see something that says trim as desired, I'm going to not pre-cut it. I think with those things, you shouldn't pre-cut. And I'm also going to get my curved straight scissors. So these are, you want the curve to go over the edge of the hoop, the first curve right here, and then you want them straight when you're doing trim as desired, okay? We'll see you later, Miss Karen. Have a great appointment. I'm going to move this back a little bit to give myself some space. Here we go. Take this off. A lot of innies and outies. So I'm going to don't totally take it off. And now I want you to go ahead and trim. Momo hair. I like to leave about 1/8 of an inch. That was a little close right there. I like to make the edges a little rounder, not super sharp. And go down a little bit. Whoops, sorry. Oh my God, did any of you watch Survivor last night? Sorry, it's Survivor season. I can't help but talk about it. And maybe some of you watch it later. I don't want to do a spoiler. We received. Oh, congratulations! I want grandkids.
Well, these are great, Jeannie. So we're so excited.
Oh, yeah. Is it your first or do you have many?
No, well, we have 5 grandchildren that are all grown up.
Yeah.
So this is our second great grandchild. We have a 5-year-old great grandson.
I want to be a young grandma, but I didn't have my kids until I was 34. So, and they like to wait these days. I don't think kids have kids as young as, and I'm just like hopeful they have them for sure. Cause there's so many kids these days that don't even want to have kids, which I respect, right? What works for you, but I hope I get some someday. Well, congratulations. I'm so excited for you.
No, I have to start planning a baby quilt.
Yeah. You know what I love, and I have them hung up in I'll show them to you when we start stitching again. But I have the Anita Good Ones, like the fairy tales and nursery rhymes. And then there's I did all this stitching for the I forget the name of it, and I just never put it together. I have this other quilt. Okay, it's gonna call for Dijon to be in the stitching in the leaves. I wasn't crazy about that, so I did Clover. Did I even bring it? Let me see if I even brought it though, because it wasn't on the list and I might have forgotten. So let me go ahead and see if I even brought it with me. If not, I'm just gonna grab yeah, I didn't bring it, but Clover was what I used. I'm gonna go ahead and just use this lime green one. This is like an exquisite color. I don't know. I thought it was just prettier. Or do you have something more sagey? Let's see. I have it in our little bin over here.
That Dijon is kind of like when they paint the holly with gold accents.
Yeah.
The old fashioned.
Yeah. So if you love it, do it. Maybe I'll do this. I'm gonna do aloe. It's just a little bit of contrast. Let me put in the aloe. But it calls for Dijon. You also have the panel for baby blankets. Yeah, you could do a panel. Panels are so great, right? Makes it look like you did all this work, and then they're kind of quick and easy, and depends on what panel you do. All right, here we go. Again, put whatever color you want in there. does call for Dijon, and I'm just putting in, I have aloe. I think I did clover in the one I did online. I'm not worried about it. It's all gonna look gorgeous. And then this is gonna be it. Then we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna be stitching out the, next thing we're gonna stitch out are going to be the filler blocks. So go ahead and get your filler block fabric ready to go. And if you want, you could be doing multiples in a hooping. No, I'm gonna do them separately. So here my filler block fabric is right here, and I'm gonna do them separately. I'm gonna do them in the 5x7, and I'll just do one at a time. But yes, know that you could do them in a bigger hoop. Like you are not married to doing them in the 5x7 hoop at all. Okay, I like the aloe even better than I did the other one in clover. Aloe to me is a bit cuter. See how much? Well, it's up to you. This one's brighter. You see the leaves are brighter on the right hand side. I like the aloe, where it's like contrast, but not a huge amount of contrast. Okay, for your quilting. It's going to tell you on, what page is it? Page 4. So page 4, it's going to tell you which block is which block. Let me get you focused over here. Blow it up a little bit. Okay. So filler block 17 is the red polka dot. Filler block, the lime one is filler block 19. And then I forget what that pattern's called. That's filler block 20. And it does have suggestions for thread colors. So for 17, it's taffy. For 19, it's blush. And for 20, it's taffy again. I'm just going to be using my silver. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't know if I am going to use my silver. Because I don't know if that's what's going to look best for these. I might I'm going to decide as we go ahead and we stitch them. Okay? But these are going to be your filler blocks. And it does tell you which... We'll look at the spreadsheet as we go in that page so we know which one to do which design with. But quite honestly, it doesn't really matter. You can do whatever design you want when you want.
Jean,
Yes.
what size batting did you use for those filler blocks?
So I did 4x4. So the way I pick the size of my batting is I look at the design and I cut it exactly to that. So if you look right here, it says that you're going to use design, the 4x4 design. That's the size I cut my batting. If the design says the 4x6 design, that's the size I cut my batting. So just go with whatever the size of the quilting design, that's going to be the size you cut your batting to if you are pre-cutting. If you're pre-cutting and you're skipping out the tack down and the trim, that's what you're going to do. All right, here we go. I'm going to rehoop. Sorry, I'm putting thread away. So, and I do put it in your spreadsheet as well. So it'll say there's a column that says batting size. And I quite honestly, I'm like literally just looking at the, let me zoom in for you. So on here, I just look at quilt design. It's the 6x6 horizontal, so I know my batting size is going to be 6x6. 6x8 designed, 6x8 batting size. That's how easy it is. Okay? Okay. So we are done. I'm gonna slide this off and bring it over. And I'm gonna rehoop. And I'm just gonna do one at a time. One at a time in my 5x7 hoop. Isn't it cute? We'll press it too and we'll trim. Got my pop rulers here. I like to leave one on and just scoot it up. I have a little bit of room right down here that I'm going to put my design. So I'll probably just put my magnets down here. I'm going to pull this up taut, but not tight. And don't worry, see how it's a little bit of pucker right here? When we press it, that'll all be gone. Anytime you have dense stitching, it just pulls in the design. So I'm either going to scoot, if I don't use my camera, I'm going to scoot my filler block all the way to the bottom. I can take a picture though, but I'm just going to scoot it down to the bottom so I don't even have to take a picture because, you know, this is up here. Okay, so that is ready. Let's figure out which block we're going to do first. Why don't we do block number 17, which is going to be your red polka dot fabric. And for 17, we're going to do winter 10. Winter 10 is the design that has the houses and the snowflake. So the houses and the snowflake, and they're recommending that you do taffy for this one. I don't know. What do you think? Be okay. I think I'm going to do silver. So I'm going to decide as we go, but for this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and do silver. Just my regular silver Halo shimmer, okay? Let's go back to the machine. Silver, it's already on top. I don't have to do anything else. I'm going to slide this on. You're using, ooh, Dusty Rose. Yeah, that sounds good too. Dusty Rose will do it. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and zoom out so you can see the whole screen. Okay, so I'm going to say okay to this. I'm just going to touch my home button. I'm going to say okay. Home's going to clear your screen. And then I'm going to go into embroidery. I loaded mine, so I have to go to the pocket on this machine, and then design database transfer. The one we're doing right now is this one that has the houses and the snowflakes. I preloaded everything this morning, so that's all that would come up. And I'm going to go ahead and touch set. Now, I know I have some of my fabric up here, and I don't want this to catch it. So I'm going to go embroidery, and I can move it here too, but I'm going to touch embroidery. We're not combining it with anything else. And I'm just going to go to layout. I'm going to go to my move keys, and I'm going to just scoot it all the way down. And that way I know it's not going to touch the embroidery that's going to be on the top. Because my hoop is already on the machine, and I'm in my layout screen, I can just hit that down arrow and it won't go outside of the embroidery field. It won't go beyond like the hoop, like where I can embroider. So I don't always, but I usually slide my hoop on, and that way I know I'm going to be within my embroidery field. If you don't have it on and you're just one click outside of that 5x7 area, it's going to tell you to change to a bigger hoop. That's why sometimes you guys go, I know it's a 4x4 design and it's telling me it won't stitch, that I need a bigger hoop. Always put up your hoop size so you know if you're going to be outside of your embroidery field. I'm going to go ahead and touch OK, and I'm going to go to this button where we go forward and backward stitches because we are going to skip some stitches. And I already have aloe in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just hit start and stitch my placement line. Yeah.
So sorry, quick question. Event orders, that's not
Yeah, but no, well, yeah, I think it's Yeah.
just
I know you had that one
It's
question.
been so
and-
long since I've done one
yeah.
that I wanted to be sure.
Yeah, just check make sure it's not already on sale.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Did somebody ask a question? Sorry. So I'm going to give my batting a little shot of spray. If I can find it. I don't know where it is. So I'm stealing this from the other project, the other one. I'm gonna have to find it. I always feel for the side that's lumpier and bumpier. That's your wrong side. Okay, we're ready. Go ahead and lay this down right where it's stitched out that. Oh, wait. No, don't do that. Before you lay this down, let's do the placement stitch for the fabric as well. And you just want to do that so that you don't accidentally place the fabric outside of that. They made the pieces a little bit bigger now so that it gave you a little bit more room, and there's a tack down. So I'm just going to say okay to this. And I'm going to skip. So right now it is on tack down for your batting. Skip that. You want to do this. This is placement stitch. I don't usually do the placement stitch for the background, but I do it when I'm doing a filler block. Okay. So go ahead and stitch that too without the batting. Don't put the batting down because your foot's just going to drag it around and make a big old mess. And you won't believe this, but somehow I've lost my batting and my fabric. This is when I go, oh, is it underneath? What did I do with it? Is it in the pages of my book? It's my superpower. Luckily, I have a second. Actually, I don't have a second. Okay, give me 1 second. Where is it? Did I toss it in here? Did you guys see where I put it? Please tell me it's not under this. Oh, yeah, it's not. I get scared. My thing was folded. All right, let me lay this down right inside of that square. If it was light fabric, you want to make sure you pick all of that off. And where is my, I don't know where my red is. Not in my spray tan. I do have another piece. I'm going to spray that. Is it under? Embarrassing. It looks like you have 2 layers of batting. No, it's only 1. But this is like Hobbs. And it's, this roll I got was kind of weird because it was, it had sections that were like thick. It wasn't like super uniform. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Check. Make sure that you have about 1/4 of an inch top and bottom and 1/4 of an inch left and right. They used to have you cut it 2 sides, but now they add 1/2 inch all the way around. And I am going to do the tack down for this, and I am going to use my spatula. And it is a mystery to me where I lost a piece of batting and background fabric. All right. What's in there? Make sure it's a color you can see so you can fussy cut. And I like to kind of lay this down and just make sure. No hands. I'll push this to the back so it doesn't get pushed over. You guys missed all of that because my hand was in the way. Okay, I'm going to put in my Hollis Shimmer Silver, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on my vertical spool stand. And I'm going to look for my fabric because I do have to find that piece of batting. Vertical spool stand. All right, and you don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and take my speed down to 700. 700, okay, and let's go ahead and stitch. And I'm going to look. Oh, You guys are gonna think I'm so ridiculous. I put the iPad down on top of my fabric. I'm like, I was just sitting here. I didn't go anywhere. Silly brain playing tricks on me. Okay, the next one we're gonna do. We will rehoop. I have more muslin here. We're gonna rehoop. And we're gonna do the, you know what I say is I say let's do block 20. And the reason we're gonna do block 20 is because the quilting design is the same. So for block 20, they want you to use this design as well. So instead of having to reload and change it to the reindeer one, let's just go ahead and stitch this one. We're gonna do it with this fabric, the red kind of I don't know. I think it's called, not lattice. I always forget what it's called. Tufted stars. We're gonna get that ready. And then the lime green one, we'll switch our design. So you want this fabric right here with your batting. Go ahead and give your batting a shot of spray right now. I'm glad I picked the silver. I think the silver looks great. But taffy's what it calls for. I'm just over here. I'm going to give that a shot of spray as well as the fabric. Sometimes I'll spray my filler blocks a little bit more liberally because I want them to kind of stay down on the edges. Done. Super easy. Easy peasy. So we're going to come on over here. I'm going to rehoop. Alrighty. Let me take out the magnet. So cute. I love them both. I love the way that came out. Looks adorable. And I have more muslin right here. I use it just like a roll of stabilizer. I just kind of cut it to the size it's going to fit. And then I'll just unroll it and clip it. I leave it on so I can get even more bang for my buck. I'm not looking at comments right now. So if you have, I have my back to it. So if you have a question, I'm not ignoring you. Just unmute and ask. Here we go. All right, we are hooped and ready to go. I'm going to clip this so it doesn't unravel and like hang down. And we are doing, I already sprayed my fabric. So we're doing that red tufted star. Design is the same. I'm going to take my design and I will scoot it all the way up to the top there so we don't waste. So it's not like in the middle and we waste the top and the bottom. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to go ahead and slide my hoop on first. And I am going to move that design. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to say okay to that being finished. I'm going to say okay here. If yours is already at the top and you don't need to move it, you can just go ahead and get started. I'm going to move them all the way to the top. I mean, that's like, I don't know, that's probably like 3 inches, right? That we're going to save, and we'll save it when we do our next hooping. Next hooping, we'll snug it right up to the top. All right, let's go ahead and say okay. We're going to do 2 stitch outs. I am going to, I'm going to take out my thread. I'm going to take out the silver. I just don't like stitching with it unless I have to. And it gives me a chance to pull on it to like unravel the part that gets really kinky. Don't do a red because we want to see a color we can see, so there's contrast. I'm going to just go ahead and put in my desert sunset because it's sitting here. How you guys doing? Any questions? Everyone good? Hope you're doing okay. Hope you guys are keeping up too. Don't fall behind. Because it's an easy quilt to keep up with as long as you're not skipping. So I'm going to go ahead and do my placement line. Miss Dawn is good. Probably dreaming about grandbabies. This is placement for the batting. Then I want you to skip the next step, but we'll do placement for your background. Okay, don't put your batting down yet. Let's skip. I'm going to say okay to that. And we are going to go ahead and this is the button where you go forward and backward stitches. And we're going to skip the batting tack down. Blues placement line. So we're going to do this one too. So go ahead and do the placement for your background. And we are going to do the tack down. So we're skipping one step. We're skipping the first orange. Okay, grab your fabric or your batting and your background fabric. Book says to use the, they want you to use blush for your, maybe I will just go ahead. I wonder if I just wondered if the silver was going to look too busy on the tufted star. So lay this down, make sure you're about 1/4 of an inch. I like to fold back and check top and bottom. And then I like to flip it up and check left and right. And once it's about 1/4 of an inch all the way around, just going to go ahead and push it back. I'm going to use my spatula. This is going to be my 3rd one that I pull out because I've already misplaced 2 of them. Guys, the struggle is real with me. Oh, look, I found one. All right. I am going to do the tack down, so just go ahead and hit start. No fingers. I know your mama ears are hearing a knocking. It's just my giant wonder clip hitting the table. Oh, I didn't see that comment. So sorry. I didn't see it. What do you think? So what it's calling for is it's calling for the blush. If I'm going to do blush, I'm just going to do silver. Let's go ahead. I'm going to put the silver back in. I'm still at 700 stitches per minute too. I'm going to go light. I'm just going to do the silver. So for Sippin' on Sunshine, I don't know if it's going to work yet, but they have a super, super light gold. I was thinking that's going to be perfect for the background quilting, so we'll see. We'll see how it looks. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, that's right. Houses and snowflakes. For a second, I got scared thinking that I didn't have the right pattern in. It looks okay. It's pretty busy. When I have really busy fabric, I like to do a really simple quilting design. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Jeannie, I used that dusty rose on my tufted stars. Here's
And
how
do
it
you
came
love
out.
it? I'm thinking the blush would have been cuter. You're fine. Yeah. Yeah.
But you have silver.
Yes. No, don't worry about it. I love it when you check, Lindsay. You guys are lucky because Lindsay goes over your orders with a fine-tooth comb. I love it. She's very detail-oriented. That's what you want. So, I don't know if I love the silver. I think it would have been cuter with the blush. But it's okay. Okay, guess what? We're done with that design. We're going to take this out. We're going to rehoop. And then we're going to change our design to the one with the reindeer. Let's come on over here. Let's rehoop again. It's okay. I love the silver on here. Love, love, love. I think this might have been cuter with the blush. Live and learn. Live and learn. When I put it all together, I'm not even going to look twice at it. I won't be like, oh, I love the quilt. Except, no, it'll be fine. Okay, when I rehoop, I'm going to leave that on there. Make sure he doesn't get curled under. I'm going to do this. And I like about, I don't know, a quarter to half an inch. There's no sew on the top. So it's kind of like my gauge. I have the computer to my back. So I'm not seeing comments. So if you... Okay, there we go. We are going to be doing the last one. Where did I put it? The lime. Lime, beautiful lime. My head's on a swivel right now, looking around the room. That's for something else. There he is. There he is. Okay. These are the two fabrics that we're going to use this in the lime. I might as well spray it right now because I'm over here. Wrong side. Lumpy side. Spray the wrong side. And then your background fabric. Do you see that? There's a big old thread going through there. Or is there? I didn't catch that. All right. To the machine, and the design we're doing is the other one, the reindeer one. I think it's called, is it called Christmas? I think it's called Christmas 17. Let me grab the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet. Here we go. Christmas 17 4x4. Okay. We need to load our design. Let's come on over here. Image. I'm going to say okay to clear the screen. I am going to go home. I'm going to go embroidery, the pocket. I set my stuff over via design database transfer, and it's going to be the little reindeer. And look, the twirly cues come off of his antlers, so we don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to go ahead and select that and say set. And I'm going to bump it up. So to do that, let's go to the embroidery, the layout page. You can do it from this page too, but in this page, it's not going to let you go outside of the embroidery field. If you're on the previous page, let's try it here on your regular embroidery page, and we hit our up arrow. See how it lets you go right outside of your embroidery field? So instead of doing that, I'm going to go to the next page, and when you go to the layout page, when you go move, if your hoop is on, and when you look over here, hoop is on. Even with the hoop on in your edit page, it's going to let you go outside of the embroidery field. But when you do it here in the layout page, it'll stop. It's not going to let you go outside of the embroidery field. And that's why I usually do it in this page. Let's go ahead and say okay. And we want to touch the button down here where you go forward and backward stitches. And we're going to do step 1, step 3, step 4, and step 5. We're skipping this step because that's the tack down for the batting. Alrighty. I'm going to put in a color that I can see, which is not the silver. I could see that, but high maintenance. I have purple up here. Let's just put in purple. You guys are going to be expert Avenir users, even if you don't own an Avenir. You're going to be like, I know how to use that machine. This is your year-long demo. Okay, this is the placement stitch for your batting. We're not going to lay our batting down yet. Okay, you should already be in this screen over here. So we're going to go and we're going to skip the next step because we cut our batting to size. You want the next blue. That's going to be your next tack down or your placement stitch. And we want the placement stitch because we want to know where to place our background fabric.
Jeannie,
Yeah.
did you say you only do that for filler blocks? Why don't you do
I
that
only
for
do
regular?
it for filler blocks. When I'm doing that, I don't want to say always or never but usually for filler blocks, you're going to do step 1, step 3, and step 4. Wait, like that. 1, you're going to skip 2 because you don't need the batting tack down. But normally when I'm doing regular block by block, we only do step 1 and 4. We do the placement for the batting and we put it down, and then we do 4 for the tack down of the background because we lay down our batting and our background. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why on earth did you skip? Why is it that you skip the batting, putting the tack down of the batting?
Because we're not trimming. We already cut it to size. If your batting pieces are bigger, if they're bigger, you need to do the tack down and the trim.
Okay.
So if you cut your pieces not as per our the sheet, then they're big, and you're going to do the tack down and you're going to do the trimming. And some people prefer that. So if you like those 2 steps, but it takes a lot more time. Imagine us sitting here. We would have been here. It probably would have taken us at least 10 to 15 minutes longer to have it do the tack down and trim every single one of the pieces. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to lay this down too. And you're going to pull it back, and you want to look top and bottom, and you want to make sure there's about 1/4 inch, and then fold it back this way and make sure you have about 1/4 inch outside. And then you can go ahead and squish it down. Get your spatula. And now we're going to do, we're doing the next one, which is the tack down of your background. So go ahead and just stitch it. And just smooth this down because you don't want it to pucker. You don't want like big puckers. And you're not putting your finger in there because this is the year you do not go to the emergency room for stitches and broken needle removal in your finger. If it hits, the needle hits, it's going to hit this. Maybe you might break your needle. Okay, put in whatever color you're going to be using for your stitching. The recommendation is taffy, which would be really pretty for this. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to be doing my silver. I just kind of want to keep it consistent. My thread's pretty curly on the end, so I'm going to just let it cut it off. I never turned my speed back up. I'm still at 700, so I'm going to go ahead and just stitch. And thank God, this is it. We did it. Reindeer. And you guys, if you are just doing this for the first time, you do have one more block to do. And don't forget to mirror image it. We saved it, so it should be in there already saved, and then if you forget to mirror image, that's okay too. Oh, you know what? We're going to trim. Heat up your iron. Heat it up.
Jeannie.
Yeah.
I think I said this before, but with these, you get the backgrounds, quilting, but you get like all those sizes. That's like really great.
Hang on
You
one
know?
second, because I'm across the room and I didn't hear. Okay, so what about the background quilting?
You get the background quilting, but you get all those sizes. I was thinking that you only get the size
Yes,
of the box you're
it's
using, so you
worth
could
it.
use them with so many projects.
It is so great because they include all the different sizes. So yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's so worth it. That's
Yeah,
one of
it's
the
great.
reasons I love it.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm happy about that.
I know, don't you? I always go, oh, I wish they'd include it for everything. Wouldn't that be nice? If they
Yeah.
always had the background quilt. I love. Well, I don't know if you were on for Homestone, but I was like looking for the background quilting. I'm like, how come I don't have background quilting? And that was part of it too, which was really nice. I love that.
Right.
So, but it's built into it. It's not like separate when you layer it. So, anyhow, okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna trim. Let's come on over. Anytime they include that stuff, because it can get really pricey. I get it, guys. I totally get it. How about we tidy up a little bit? I don't know how I made such a mess so fast, but I did. So here's my iron. Okay, did you see that? I just dropped all the snowman stickers. So next time I need them, I'm going to be like, where are the snowman stickers? I'm going to get them as soon as classes never forget forever. If I am pressing and I'm on a cutting mat, I always double my mats up if I'm going to spray. Because like this mat's warped here, and I bet it's because there wasn't double. You know what I mean? Because the steam will go through and it'll warp your mat. I know that because I have a mat at home that I warped. I was like, ooh, okay. Gotta double those. So don't just press on one wool mat on top of your cutting mat. You're gonna warp it. Also, don't leave a cutting mat in your car when it's hot and in the summertime. You're gonna warp it. And don't leave it near a heating vent. You're gonna warp it. These are all things I've done.
Jeannie, I got a caterpillar mat,
Yes.
that foldable one, because I go to Quilts of Valor.
Yeah.
And I take a cutting mat with me, and I got it for that reason.
Did you warp yours? Is that why? Or you got an
No,
extra one to put underneath?
I've got the caterpillar foldable mat, and it's not supposed to warp in the heat in the car.
Oh, I didn't know they made such a thing. I thought they're
Yes.
plastic. I thought they all warp.
No, this one's supposed to be made not to warp.
Wow, that's amazing. You're gonna have to let me know how it goes.
I
Okay.
will.
I'm gonna cut this one off. I like to press them separately. I like to cut from the back side too, so I can see how much room I have. Hi, Alex. Alex is visiting. Okay. I'm going to spray with water. I'm going to spray from the back side. You want moisture, okay? And I always flip it back to the front and go, is it directional? Because if it's directional, I'm going to spray. I'm going to be more conscientious of how I press. Like, because sometimes with stuff like this, I'll just go every which direction. And pressing into the wool mat's going to get those puckers out. So I never really worry about puckers unless it's really bad. If it's really bad, I'm also going to press into an OESD pressing cloth. I'll double that up too. Hi, Benny. Benny's here. It looks like everyone's visiting today. And press until it's dry. You want it to, don't trim first and then press. You want to press and then trim. Okay. Let's go ahead and press them on. Then we're just gonna get our pop rulers. Flat, nice and flat. We're gonna use our rotary mat. I mean, not a rotary mat, but a rotating mat. Oh yeah, I left my Martelli top in a box. I was so upset. I brought it and I meant to just grab it and then I didn't, and it was summertime and Reno gets hot. Not quite as hot as Vegas, but we're hot. And I still haven't thrown away because I haven't thrown away because I just can't admit to myself that it's a lost soldier. I'm in denial. It's still at my house. It's been like 2 years. Because I keep thinking, well, maybe if I lay it out in the sun, or maybe I'll be able to do something. I'm going to go ahead and turn my iron off. Let's get our rotating mat next. Rotating mat's like key. You got to have one in your stash. This would be one of my top 10 things. Because if you can just lay down your block and trim it without having to pick up your ruler and not having to pick up your not picking up your ruler, not picking up the block, your cuts are going to be more accurate.
Jeannie, I got that in your last sale that you had, and
Yes.
it's really great.
Don't you love it?
Yes,
There's
nice.
different ones. We carry the Martelli one, which is the one that you're seeing right now. So, and it's gonna be dirty under here. Oh, it's gonna be like that. Do you like that? How minty? It's like velvety. So, and that keeps it from like sliding. But even though I ruined my top, my base was still fine. So it's nice that, they're separate. We also carry the Sue Daily. What I love about the Sue Daily one, it's so affordable. I want to say it's like $60. It comes as one piece though, but I love that one too. So pop rulers. You've got your squares and you've got your rectangles. People are like, which set should I get first? I always go, if you're doing a lot of Kimberbell, just have them both. Because you're going to use both of them. There are times where I use my regular, so I'm just going to look straight down from the top, make sure that I'm framing the stitch as best as possible. Never cut right to the stitch because stitching pulls in. So grab your rotary cutter and kind of just push it in and just lean it to the left. Hold the whole thing and rotate. Don't let go because it's going to move. Make sure your finger's not hanging over the edge. And a lot of times I do miss like one stitch right, or there's like the corner just, I find if I use a brand new rotary blade, then it cuts all the way through, but I'm never using a brand new rotary blade. I like to suffer. It's my punishment to myself to never have a new blade. Perfect. And these are nice because you can fussy cut. The other thing that's really nice is when you're using a regular ruler, if it's a piece block, when it comes together, it kind of pushes up and you can just never get that ruler flat enough. So it's nice to be able to frame it and then cut. So let's trim all of our pieces right now. And don't worry about that dark red because it's going to get sewn into your seam allowance. Don't do this either. The first time I cut with my my pop rulers, I went, and just cut straight into my square. I was like, these things are horrible. Had nothing to do with the pop ruler. It was all me. And then when the next time I cut, I was more mindful. I was more mindful of what I was doing. Let's do this one. So I don't like my pop ruler. I don't use the pop rulers when you have to layer them. I don't like layering because there's some blocks where it wants you to use a smaller one inside a bigger one. And when it asks you to do that, I usually just get a regular ruler. But for this stuff, I'm all about the pop ruler. When it fits the size. And I like these better. Like I do have the not the Olfa. Are they the Olfa ones? The green ones. Like I have the. I think it's a 17-inch and a 12-inch. I don't like the square. Even the Kimberbell one. I like it. I don't love it because I feel like when you use the square ones, you get dead spots in the corners where it doesn't really move as smoothly. Whereas this one, it's on those ball bearings, so it turns like smoothly no matter what area you're in, and that's why I prefer these. I do have sometimes I like the Kimberbell one because I want more room. I'll actually take the Kimberbell one and I'll put it on top of this one. So if I want more room and I want that 17 by 17, I'll use the Kimberbell one on top of this. You can do that. Okay, frame it. Oh, look at my gummies. Make sure the gummies are side down so they don't slip. Look twice, cut once. I check it from all angles. Okay, here we go. My gummies on this one are on the wrong side of the ruler. Like I just put them down. I was like, oh look, they're not even on the wrong side. They're on the, oh no, wait, they're on the right side of this one. But I have somewhere, I'm not a read the instruction kind of girl. I'm like, let's go for it. Sometimes I regret it. Gorgeous. And so we're done. Oh, well, I am done. You're going to stitch one more. So what for this month, what you're going to have is you should have 2 of these. Minor mirror image again. And then you're going to have 3 filler blocks. And that's March. Any questions,
Can I ask you one
guys?
question?
Yep.
Yeah. I have one. The project batting. I'm looking all over in there for what size to cut it for each one of the projects. Where do you find out?
So if you're gonna cut it to size, what you're gonna do is you have 2 choices. Number 1, you can look at the spreadsheet, and I share this spreadsheet with you. So I'll send you an updated spreadsheet once I get April's. But there's going to be a column here that says batting size. And so I put the batting size in here that you're going to cut it to. I'm also putting a batting cutting guide. So it tells you what size you need, like 4x4, you need 3 of them. 4x6, you need 2 of them. So it's going to be in your spreadsheet, and spreadsheets are emailed to you, and they're also embedded into I send a doc to you. That's like the Mistletoe 2026 doc.
I missed that one.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's emailed to you. If you miss the email, you can always go to your instructions. Because in your instructions, what you're going to look at is you're going to look at block by block, and you're going to look at the size that it's asked, or this one says bows to 6x6 horizontal. 6x6 horizontal. You're going to cut it 6x6. For this one, it said winter 10 6x8 design. You're going to cut it 6x8. So on the spreadsheet, I just literally go through here and I look and I see what design it's asking us for, and that's the size I put it in. So that's going to be the size.
Thank you.
Okay? If you're new to me, I try to, I'm fire hosing you with information. Just you're there and I'm just fire hosing you with all of it. Any other questions?
The spreadsheet is very helpful.
Yeah, I haven't even, oh my God, I'm so glad you said that. I haven't even started the home sewn one. I'll work on it this weekend. Anything else? All right. Well, thanks for joining me. I'll send you a recording of this class. You also have the pre-recorded stuff as well. And reach out if you have any questions. I will send a note to my rep, who I think has been on vacation all week because she hasn't gotten back to me about anything. So you probably won't hear back from me until next week. regarding whether or not there's jelly vinyl and whether or not they redigitize that Reindeer design. But I'll email her and I'll get back to you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys in April. I do have the date up, so I'll put you in there, but there's not going to be any stuff attached to it like supply list or anything like that because I don't even have the design yet. All right, guys.
All right, thanks.
I'll see you
Thanks,
later.
Jamie.
I'll see some of you on Monday. I'm going to stitch April's home sewn at noon my time, Pacific Standard Time. All
Okay.
right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Jeannie,
Yeah? Did you have a question? I'm still here. All right. We'll see you later.